السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. طلاب الفرقة الثانية عام شعبة الرياضيات باللغة الإنجليزية. النهاردة إن شاء الله هنكون مع بعض في سيكشن جديد عن maximum and minimum limits for function of two variable. دلوقتي يا جماعة احنا هنتكلم على اللي هي جزء مهم جدا. ايه الستبس اللي أنا لازم أقوم بيها وأنا بعمل solving للإكزامبلز الخاصة بالماكسيمم والمينيمم and saddle points. How to find saddle points. First, to finding the stationary points اللي هي النقاط الحرجة. ازاي نجيب النقاط الحرجة؟ طبعا يا جماعة احنا بنقول هنا we will find fx and fy and put them by zero. يعني احنا هنجيب قيمة ال fx اللي هي ال partial derivatives for the function with respect to x and with respect to y and put them by zero. نحطهم بزيرو. We have two equations. We solving the two equations to find the value of x and corresponding y. يبقى احنا هنبدأ نحل المعادلتين مع بعض عشان نجيب قيمة الاكس ونجيب قيمة الواي المقابلة ليها. البوينتس اللي هتكون معايا دلوقتي دي بنسميها stationary points أو النقاط الحرجة. طب أنا خلاص بقى معايا النقاط الحرجة. إيه ستيب 2؟ ستيب 2 classification of stationary points. نعملها عملية تصنيف، لأن احنا عندنا في التصنيفات البوينتس عبارة عن حاجة ممكن تبقى حاجة اسمها saddle points نقطة سرج، أو إن هي تكون maximum points or minimum points نقطة نهاية عظمى أو نهاية صغرى. طيب ازاي بنعمل classification؟ first step we find fxx and fyy and fxy. يبقى احنا بنحضر دول. step 2 classification نفسها بقى او التصنيف نفسه. بنبدأ اللي احنا بنعمل convert او بنعمل الستراكشر اللي هي البنية نفسها اللي هي ال fxx times fyy minus fxy all squared. يبقى انا بجهز الفورم ده بيطلع معايا 3 كيسز. يعني انا بعد ما بعوض بيطلع معايا حاجه من 3. طب ايه هما ال 3 كيسز؟ هنشوف مع بعض. الفيرست كيس لما بجيب ال fxx تايمز ال fyy ويطلع ماينس ال fxy all squared ويطلع less than 0. طبعا الكلام ده بعد ما اعمل substitution بالتعويض بالبوينتس اللي انا بجيب لها الكلاسيفيكيشن اللي هي ال A وال B. ففي الحالة دي بقول لو طلع فعلا ان الفورم ده كله less than 0 يعني طلع بالنيجاتيف، بقول ان البوينت is a saddle point نقطة سرج اسمها saddle point. طيب لو انا فرضت اللي انا بعد التعويض في الفورم ده طلع معايا ان الفورم equal 0، في الحالة دي بقول هنا ايه؟ anything is possible we need more advanced method to classify these stationary points. يعني مش بقدر احدد هي تبع ايه بالظبط، بس بكتب الجملة anything is possible we need more advanced method to classify these stationary points. لكن لما اجي اتكلم بقى على كيس 3 فاحنا معظم شغلنا بيكون between case 1 and case 3. case 3 يطلع more than 0. يبقى لو الفورم ده طلع more than 0 انا بكون between حاجتين اللي هما يا بتكون maximum limits or minimum limits. فلما بلاقي اللي هي more than 0 بعمل reclassification او اعادة تصنيف. فلو انا لقيت ان ال fxx and ال fyy less than 0 في الحالة دي ببدأ اقول ان ال point is maximum point. يبقى انا لما بيطلع ان الفورم more than 0 بقول the point is maximum point or minimum point. بعد كده بعمل reclassification او اعادة تصنيف عن طريق اللي انا ببدأ اعمل studying ال fxx وال fyy. لو طلع ان ال fxx and fyy together less than 0 then point AB is maximum point, and if fxx and fyy together more than 0 then the point is minimum point. Now first example, find maximum and minimum points or saddle points for all the following functions. يبقى بيطلب مني تحديد او ان انا اوجد الاول اللي هي اوجد الماكسيمم والمينيمم والسادل. طبعا فيرست انا عايز الستبس بتاعتنا بتكون عامله ازاي. اول خطوه بعمل حاجه اسمها بريبيرنج، تحضير. التحضير ده بيكون ان انا بحضر الفيرست اند سكند اوردر بارشال ديريفيتيفز، اللي هي المشتقات من الرتبه الاولى والرتبه الثانيه. يعني بحضر الاف اكس، اف اكس اكس، اف اكس واي، بعد كده بحضر اف واي، اف واي واي، اف واي اكس. دي الخطوه الاولى. الخطوه الثانيه to finding stationary points، ايجاد النقاط الحرجه، عن طريق اللي انا بعمل putting fx equal 0 and fy equal 0 and solving two equations to find values of x and y. step 3 الكلاسيفيكيشن، اللي هي 3 cases اللي احنا لسه قايلينهم من شويه. نبدا مع بعض to solve this example. fx y equals 3x squared minus 12y squared plus 2x cubed plus 3x squared y squared. زي ما اتفقنا بنعمل حاجه اسمها البريبيرنج، اول خطوه. to find fx from the function f of x to y, we have 6x plus 6x squared plus 6x y squared. To find fxx, we have 6 plus 12x plus 6y squared. To find fxy, we have 12xy. On the other hand, to find fy from the function f of xy also, fy negative 24y plus 6x squared y. To find fyy, we have negative 24 plus 6x squared. To find fyx, we have 12xy. We notice that fxy is equal to fyx. يبقى احنا دلوقتي اشتغلنا على first step preparing لل first and second order of partial derivatives with respect to x and respect to y. Second step, to find stationary points, we will put fx equal 0 and fy equal 0. Now we have negative 24y plus 6x squared y equal 0. We will divide it by 6. We have negative 4y plus x squared y equal 0. Taking y common factor, we have y times x squared minus 4 equal 0. Then we have y equal 0 or x equal positive or negative 2. We take the values of y and x in the other equations to find corresponding coordinates. عشان نجيب الأحصائيات المقابلة ليها، يبقى أنا لما آخد الفاليو y equal 0 we will find the corresponding x، يبقى الx المقابلة ل y equal 0. And if we take value x positive or negative 2 we have corresponding y المقابلة للvalues اللي هي الخاصة بالx positive or negative 2. By taking y equal 0, then we have 6x plus 6x squared equal 0 divided by 6. We have x plus x squared equal 0. The form will be x times x plus 1 equal 0. We have x equal 0 and x equal negative 1. Then the point is 0 and 0 and negative 1 and 0, the first two stationary points. Now we will put x equal to now we have 12 plus 24 plus 12y squared equal 0. We have 36 plus 12y squared equal 0 divided by 12. We have y squared plus 3 equal 0 and y squared equal negative 3 and y equal root negative 3, which is not belongs to real numbers. Then the value x equal to has no corresponding y real point y. Now let x equal -2. To find y, we will divide it by -12. Now we have y squared minus 1 equals 0, y squared equal 1, then y equal positive or -1. So we have points -2 and 1, -2 and -1. Now we have 4 stationary points: 0, 0, and -1 and 0, -2 and 1, -2 and -1. Step 3 is classification of these points to saddle points or maximum and minimum points. Remember that to solve this step, we should find fxx and fyy and fxy for these points and put them in the form fxx times fyy minus fxy all squared to classify these points. At 0 was 0, 0 and 0, fxx will be 6 and fyy will be -24 and fxy will be 0. Then the form fxy times 0 times 6 times -24 will be negative. Then the form is less than 0. So the point 0 and 0 is a saddle point. For the point -1 and 0, fxx at the point -1 and 0 will be -6, and fyy at point -1 and 0 will be -18, and fxy at point -1 and 0 will be 0. Then the form fxy equals 0, -6 times -18 will be positive, more than 0. Then the point -1 and 0 may be maximum or minimum. But fxx is less than 0 and fyy is less than 0, negative and negative. So the point -1 and 0 is a maximum point. For the point -2 and 1, fxx at point -2 and 1 will be -12, and fyy at point -2 and 1 will be 0, and fxy at point -2 and 1 will be -24. So the form will be fyy equals 0 equals 0. The form will be negative for fxy -24 all squared, all will be less than 0. Less than 0, then the point will be a saddle point. For the point -2 and -1, fxx at the point -2 and -1 will be -12, fyy at point -2 and -1 will be 0, fxy at point -2 and -1 will be 24. So the form will be less than 0. So the point -2 and -1 will be a saddle points. Second example, for the function fxy, x squared plus xy plus y squared minus 2x minus y. To find, remember steps. First, preparing first and second order partial derivatives with respect to x and respect to y. Second, finding stationary points. We will put fx equals 0 and fy equals 0. 3. classification of stationary points. We have three cases. First case, the form fxx times fyy minus fxy all squared less than 0. Then the point is a saddle point. If the form equals 0, we have no information of classification of these points. If it is more than 0, then the points may be maximum or minimum. We do reclassification. If all is more than 0, fxx and fyy more than 0, then the point is minimum point. If fxx and fyy less than 0, then the point is maximum points. Now we should find fx from the function 2x plus y minus 2, then fxx equal 2 and fxy will equal 1, and also find fy, which is equal x plus 2y minus 1, and fyy will equal 2 and fyx will equal 1. First step is preparing. Second step, to find stationary points, we will put fx equal 0 and fy equal 0. We have two equations. To solve the two equations together, let x equal 1 minus 2y. We will put this form in the other equation. It will be 2x is 2, 1 minus 2y plus y equal 2. Now we have 2 minus 4y plus y equal 2 to find the value of y. Now we have 2 minus 3y equal 2, then negative 3y equal 0. We have y equal 0. Now we will find the corresponding x. We will put y equal 0. So x equal 1, then the point is 1 and 0. We have one stationary point. Now we will classify these points. Classification: these points is saddle points or maximum or minimum. Steps: we will find fxx, fyy, fxy at the point. Fxx is a fixed point, then also equal to at 1 and 0, and fyy is a fixed point, at 1 and 0 will be 2, and also fxy is also fixed function, at 1 and 0 will be 1. We take these values in the form fxx times fyy minus fxy all squared. We have 4 minus 1, 3. It's more than 0. More than 0 means that the point may be maximum or minimum. Now, where fxx equal to more than 0 and fyy equal to more than 0, then the point is minimum point. The third example, fxy equal x squared plus y squared plus x plus y plus xy. Now preparing fx from the function, we have 2x, we have 2x plus 1, we have 2x plus 1 plus y. To find fxx will equal 2 and fxy will equal 1, and fy will equal 2y plus 1 plus x, and fyy will equal 2 and fyx will equal 1. To find stationary point, we will put fx equal 0 and fy equal 0. Then we have two equations. We will find value of x from this equation. X will equal -1, -2y. We put this form of x in the other equations. 2x plus y equal -1. Then we have 2 times -1, -2y plus y equal -1. So it will be -2, -4y plus y equal -1. Now we can find the value of y. We have 3y equal -1, then y equal -1 over 3. Taking this value of y in the relation between x and y to find the corresponding x. Then we have x equal also -1 over 3. So stationary point here will be -1 over 3 and -1 over 3. Step 3, classification of these points. We will find for this point fxx and fyy and fxy to put the values in the form fxx times fyy minus fxy all squared. All of them is a fixed function, so they have the same values. And fxx times fyy equal 4 minus fxy squared, then the value equal 3, which is more than 0. More than 0, that means that point is maximum or minimum points. But fxx is positive and fyy is positive, so the point is minimum points. That's for all for maximum and minimum limits for this lesson. Thank you.